Okay, so here we are with another pick a stick challenge for Valentine's Day. Remember, this was the exchange one where I got a bunch of things in the mail, like this, and I was to create. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get busy and I'm going to create, and we're going to come up with something wonderful. I just want you to stay tuned because I'll give you a sneak peek. We're going to be making this. Okay, guys. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about what I do when I'm trying to decide what direction to go. I play a lot, and in order for things to combine and come out the right way, I may try a number of different things. You can see here, I have stamped in, this is supposed to be a detail gold mix right here, and you can see that when you stamp it, it smooths out so much that you kind of lose the image. Where here I have used a Judikins gold, which is seems like a finer grind, and I get more of the detail in here. Now this right here, I had actually come in and put in a little bit of a mixture. This is a kind of a black and gold mixture, and I found a container to put it in because working out of this bag was not working for me. So I'm going to dump that into a container. And I like these that have the lock lids because then I know it's not going to spill. Okay, and then I also was playing with my color bloom sprays. One of the things that I found on this was that it was too orange of a red. Just wasn't happy with that. So I came in with some antique gold and some precious stone and some boysenberry, and what other colors do I have here? Worn leather. And kind of toned that down a little bit. Now I'm going to hit the high spots with something else so that you can see this texture in here, because I really like what's going on with this texture. But this is all part of my play, and it's hard to videotape that because my videos would go on forever, but I wanted you to see some of that. Okay, also, you remember this piece, which was so bright. Yes, lovely bright color, and if I'm doing a lovely bright page, this would be great. I also like this side, but that also is a lovely bright. So I wanted to tone it down a bit. So you can see what I've done is I've come in with some of my color bloom spray on top of this, and I'm just kind of letting that drip and dry, and you can see that it has lovely, lovely texture now just because of all that dripping and drying going on. So, all right, I'm going to go play some more and I'll be back. Okay, so I tore the edge off of this piece. I thought I was going to be clever, and I mixed up some Inca Gold with some of the Color Bloom spray, and I was going to put it on here. Here is the silver, I think it's silver. Anyway, you can see what happened. It's no longer silver, it is pink. Hot mess. Okay, so I'm saying this isn't going to do. So what I did is I came in with a coat of clear gesso, and we'll see if we can save this. Now this is going to be okay because I tested it out in an area where the doily is going to go over, so that should be all right. But let me see what happens if I put this on now. What I wanted to do was highlight those craggly bits. It doesn't appear to be changing color, so this might be a good thing. So let me, whoops, it's getting too thick. Just want to scrape it over those bits that have the texture. Okay, I'm liking that. Get a little on the edge along the bottom, edge along the top, edge over here. Yeah, I like that. Now the question is, do I want to put any gold on or not? I've got this. I think I should do some texturing on here because this, I'm thinking about going like this. Kind of looks like a tattered heart, right? Okay, so I've got this piece, and I've got this black piece too. So let's do some more something here. Okay, so now I got the brilliant idea that I should make an envelope because this is like love letters, right? Um, I'm sending the poem off to someone that I care about, and so it needs to be in an envelope. So I get out my envelope board, and I have this piece of paper. It's, I think those are 6 by 6 pages from one of Tim Holtz's paper pads, and is it song something? Anyway, it's got a nice little birdie on the front side that I'm going to use, and so I'm folding that up, and then I'm going to stick my poem inside the envelope and figure out where it's going to go on the page. And then I realized that the piece of paper that I have is a little bit too large, so I'm trimming it down and going back and doing the distressing and tucking things in and just seeing how they're going to fit on the page, and fiddling like we do. We fiddle. And so I'm going to get out my sequang and I'm going to glue things down. And I also have some heavy body matte medium that I'm using in conjunction with that. So I'm going to put the sequang in the middle, and then I'm going to come in with the matte medium around the edges to secure, because it's got holes poked in it, so you can't exactly go and put the sequang around the edge, but I did want to secure that doily down to the page. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just sticking things down now, using a rag to mop up with. Going to wrap this a little bit around the edge, not all the way. I might have designs for that doily a little bit later on, so I'm cutting that excess piece off and just letting it go with that. And finding other things to use. Okay. Okay, I am back with the finished piece. This was kind of a long process. I think I started it this morning. It's now 2:25, so I don't know. What's it been? 3, 4 hours I've been doing this? But it was a lot of fun, and I get lost in the process. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, this is really a fun project to do. Um, it allowed me to think, I didn't have a real plan because it wasn't like I was going to my stash and pulling things. It was things that had been given to me. Remember, I had to use 3 things that were given to me. So the first thing I used was the tissue paper that's in behind here. And the next thing I used was this jelly print paper that's back here. And then I used these letters that were embossed. And I also used, what else did I use? Oh, the doily was also part of that. So, I was trying to incorporate things that had been given to me in the kit. And yes, this is a little bit dimensional, but I think it'll be okay just because of the type of book that I have. Remember, this is my book that this is going into. So because I have these big rings, it's not going to be an issue. All right. So I'm going to put this into my book as a finished project, and you can see I have my stamped how do I love thee. I had the additional piece of doily that was cut off and put in here. I have some Prima flowers. I made the little envelope that the love note's going into. Did you notice down here it even says nests and of familiar? It's a love nest. So I've got, the love. And I made this dimensional because I have dimensional tape in between the layers, because I wanted to see some of that dimension. So if you look down in there, you can see that things are raised a little bit off the page itself, but not so much that it's going to be a real detriment. And this will go pretty flat, but I did leave some things a little bit loose because of course they're tucked in. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. I will take a few stills, and thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah, and be sure and visit my friends because we have worked very hard on these things for you, and I want to make sure that you give them some love too. So give them all a thumbs up and like and subscribe. Bye for now.